You know, usually when you look at a $220 billion price tag for a single event, you expect a pretty straightforward return on investment.
Right, like building a factory or something.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You put the money in, you manufacture a product, and eventually you turn a profit. But when you apply that traditional math to the economics of hosting the FIFA World Cup, the numbers just look completely absurd.
They really do. It's a very traditional binary way of looking at infrastructure.
Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are cracking open a massive stack of financial and economic reports today. We've got data from Goldman Sachs, William Blair, and Cityscape Intelligence to really uncover why countries are willing to spend billions on a month-long sports tournament.
Yeah, and our mission here is to explore the idea that hosting isn't just a massive sunk cost. It is actually a highly calculated strategic investment.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because if Goldman Sachs says the long-term GDP boost is practically zero for these massive economies, are these countries essentially running a global loss leader strategy just to get people in the door?
It is a loss leader, yes, but more accurately, it's an accelerator. I mean, when you view this event strictly through standard ticket sales to everyday fans, the math totally fails.
Right, the average family buying hot dogs isn't paying off a new stadium.
Exactly. The immediate economic engine isn't the everyday fan at all. It's the highly lucrative luxury tourism and VIP hospitality ecosystem.
The shift from regular tourism to premium travel is just wild.
It really is. Just look at the projections for the 2026 World Cup. TKO Group alone anticipates $75 million in profit purely from their on-location VIP hospitality packages.
Wow, $75 million just from VIP packages.
Yeah, and you pair that with Airbnb forecasting 380,000 bookings, and the scale really becomes clear. The strategy is to capture the world's highest spending consumers.
So you bring them in for a match, but you expose them to your luxury hotels and private aviation networks.
And your high-end retail, exactly. The goal is to permanently shift their global consumption patterns into your premium ecosystem. It's basically why Qatar projects its tourism sector will hit $55 billion by 2030.
But to capture that luxury demand, you can't just throw up a few VIP party tents, right?
Yeah.
You need permanent, high-end infrastructure.
Oh, absolutely. Qatar practically built a $45 billion smart metropolis from scratch. Lusail City.
Which is insane. And the 2026 host cities are doing their own versions of this too. Dallas is pouring $295 million into AT&T Stadium and new transit trails.
Houston is dropping $50 million on a new entertainment district.
Right, and Miami and Los Angeles are completely overhauling their commercial zones just to prep for the influx.
Well, because a tournament of this scale creates a hard, immovable deadline. Normally, upgrading a city's power grid or overhauling commercial zones takes decades of political friction.
Yeah, nobody wants to pay for it until they have to.
Right, but when you have a fixed date and the entire world is coming to your doorstep, governments cut the red tape. It forces politicians to marshal resources at a speed that is otherwise impossible.
But hold on, here's where it gets really interesting. Let's look at established hubs like Miami or LA. If everyday vacationers decide to stay home because the city is suddenly too crowded and expensive, aren't we just displacing regular tourists?
Yeah, that substitution effect.
Are we actually growing the economic pie? Or are we just swapping the flavor of tourist for a month?
That tension is exactly what Goldman Sachs highlights. During the tournament, you are often just diverting existing consumer spending rather than generating new wealth.
Right, so if you only evaluate the economics during that 30-day window, the billions spent still don't make sense.
No, they don't. You have to look at the invisible return on investment, which is national brand building on the global stage. It's soft power.
It's kind of like a massive company spending millions on a Super Bowl commercial.
That's a great analogy, actually.
Like they aren't expecting you to go out and buy their product during the second quarter of the game. They are buying real estate in your brain for the next decade.
Precisely. You are buying a month-long residency in the minds of 5 billion viewers. Qatar used its $220 billion investment to rebrand globally, directly aligning with its National Vision 2030.
And it's a regional playbook. We see Dubai and Saudi Arabia watching very closely.
Yeah.
It even mended regional ties.
Definitely.
Seeing the Saudi crown prince wearing a Qatari scarf at the 2022 opening ceremony was a massive symbolic shift. It completely rewrites the narrative for the global audience.
And that broadcast translates into what economists call foreign direct investment. This isn't just a nice PR moment.
Right. It proves to international CEOs that your country has the modernized grid, the transit, and the political stability to host their next regional corporate headquarters.
It leverages a sporting event to fundamentally restructure a nation's infrastructure and its global relevance.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Next time you watch these matches and see those gleaming new skylines, you have to realize the World Cup is one of the world's most powerful capital allocation events.
It really is. And that infrastructure doesn't just vanish when the fans go home.
No, it doesn't. Qatar is already plotting to reuse its 2022 facilities to bid for the 2036 Olympics.
Which is a huge next step.
It leaves you with a fascinating question to chew on. How will the 2026 host cities utilize their upgraded stadiums and transit systems to forge a permanent, new civic identity long after the final whistle?